Dak injures his thumb at the end of Sunday night's game, and we hear about him undergoing surgery, and the initial estimate was 6 to 8 weeks. And it just sounded like, based on the information that was coming out, that he was going to have a plate and a pin put in, that it all made sense. And with a bye in week 9, you kind of thought half the season. But this morning, Jerry Jones saying that they are not going to put Dak on IR. And he was saying that on his radio appearance this morning, that they're not going to put Dak on IR because they believe he has a real shot to come back within the 4-game window. They are very happy with how surgery went. They think that he's going to be back throwing the ball sooner rather than later. I want to tell you why this changes what we think about what happened in surgery, okay? They did not put a pin, because a pin would have meant immobilizing his thumb for a longer period of time while the pin was in there. It meant they put a small plate and screws to stabilize the fracture. And once you get the wound healing from that, because the hardware is in place, you can actually start moving that thumb and getting the motion back. This is not only critical for, us, like, oh, when might Dak come back? This is actually great news for him and his future, his health overall, because your thumb is so critical for your grip strength, for being able to hold the football. If you can get motion early and start working your way back, it just changes the whole outlook. So I would not say count on him in 4 weeks, but I would say this is largely good news. It changes the trajectory of his recovery potentially, and he could be back sooner than the original window.
So people like me, we are simpletons. We have tiny pea-sized brains. We are scared because last year it felt like Russell Wilson was going to initially miss 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 weeks, and then all of a sudden he does not get placed on IR. Even if he was like, "Are you going to miss 3 games and that's it? I'm going to be back." Is there any analog between what Russell Wilson went through last year and what Dak Prescott is currently facing?
Just that they were injuries in the hand and there was hardware put in. So different location, different type of injury. Russell Wilson missed 3 games. There was a bye week, so the total time out was 5 weeks. I think, the danger of putting this out there is that you put a lot of pressure on your quarterback. Like, okay, people are going to start looking when it gets to be close to 4 weeks. Like, how close is he to coming back? And we know not everybody heals on the same time scale. But I think my takeaway right now, so for fantasy purposes, I wouldn't say count on him in 4 weeks, but it's interesting because, Daniel, when I was driving in, you guys were talking, did the reaction to the Dak injury. You were talking about stashing him on IR. I probably wouldn't have, given what I originally thought was going to happen with him, because I thought it's going to be week 9 and maybe a little longer, especially if he has stiffness in his thumb and it's hard to get back. This tells me no other damage besides the fracture. Again, a faster trajectory towards clearance. I feel much better about what Dak could look like when he returns than I would have with the original information.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.